on over.
I'm Chris, a recovering Yankee living in the South. If having company for coffee, dinner, or even a last-minute popover sends you into a fit of panic, I can show you a few tips for being a great host or hostess anytime, day or night. So tune in, take notes, and learn to be fearless in saying, "Come on over."
I think one of the best parts of having someone over for dinner is creating a centerpiece. My mom did it. She was a natural. She probably would argue with me about that, but I have discovered you can make a centerpiece out of virtually anything in your home. Let me show you how. So I have here this really cool tree thingy-mabob with the live edge. Have no idea where I got it. It makes a great base, but you may not have that. You might have just a cutting board. Also works as a platform for a centerpiece. I'm gonna go ahead with the mabob. Now, you might have a bowl or even like a truffle bowl. I like this bowl because it's more interesting with the cut glass, so I'm gonna use that. So you may think you have nothing interesting in your house to make a centerpiece, but you do. You might have oranges in your refrigerator. Let's put it in. Centerpiece. Isn't that pretty? The cut edges, the color of the oranges. You may have lemons. Let's take these out.
Run.
Oh, they've gone free. They've gone free. Let's put the lemons in. And interesting. Now what happened if we just threw in some of the oranges with the lemons? I mean, come on. This is interesting. It creates some height. It came from your refrigerator. Voila. Focus. Do you like to grow indoor plants? They can become a centerpiece, a focal point. Now you can go with something really nice, really big, if it's just two of you, and you can set that right in the middle, and there's a lot of drama going on there. We've got fronds. This is a foxtail asparagus fern. Really beautiful, really soft. Now, my husband, who does not like the centerpiece, would do this. Okay. Not in the center. A centerpiece goes in the center. So he would also do this. Also not a centerpiece, but I digress. Now, you might grow violets. Look at that. One violet in the middle. Beautiful. You might have smaller items like this. This is just a little ivy in here, birds. But, oh, what do we have here? We have a cage. Does the caged bird sing? Not this one because it's ceramic. But isn't that cool? You kind of got a little vignette going. Simple things, just had them here in the house. Voila. Maybe you collect other things. Clearly, I have a fascination for birds. So I could create a centerpiece out of any number of these. I could put a plain bird, a shiny bird, and let's say a clay bird in here. And it doesn't work with the cage, so it can just be like that. I could put a candle in here, I could light it, and it's lovely. It creates a little bit of a color in there in the middle. Wonderful. Or I could take out these birds and put in this cool little couple. I could do a big one and a little one. I could make the caged bird sing, and there you go. A nice little centerpiece creates some height. Now, you might wonder, do I need to leave this on the table during dinner? You don't have to. I would suggest you do because it's a nice little focal point, but if the height of this bothers you, you could always just remove that and leave that part on there. I like it during the meal, not everyone does. You could also create a little more drama with something creepy, like these little guys. What is going on? I might even put this guy peeking through. These also are tea lights. You can light them, creates a little moment. You could cage them if you wanted to. kind of cool. Birds galore. Any collection, bunnies, birds, any little animal, you could use those and it would be delightful. So you might be wondering why I keep using 3s. It doesn't have to be 3, it's just that an odd number is usually more pleasing to the eye. So if you had 5 and you could fit them on here, that would be fine too. And you know, if you did just have 2, and they're clearly having a conversation here.
Pesto, you are one swell bird.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I said you're swell, that's all.
You saying that I got a big head? Is that what you're saying? What am I, a bloated, puffy roundhead here to amuse you?
You could use those, but if you do have this little guy and put him right there, more pleasing. So why not? Maybe, like me, you collect kind of weird things. I collect biscuit cutters. I go to antique malls and yard sales and I find biscuit cutters. So I could not use the bowl and just put the fun container of biscuit cutters here, which would be great for a country meal, maybe a country breakfast, a farm meal, kind of has that biscuit thing going. Or you could put the bowl in the middle and just fill it with biscuits. You could just take some out. I would dump them, but whoa, too much sound. Just fill as many as you like, as interesting as you like. I like these because they have a little bit of red on the handle, gives a little pop of color, and it becomes an instant conversational piece, especially if they've got something a little weird going on, like that little black top, a little tiny one. I mean, so much fun. Here's a really, really old, rusty one. I mean, doesn't that make a great visual? But if you want to keep them in the jar, keep them in the jar. Another option is to use measuring cups. I collect measuring cups. You can put the bowl in the middle. You could have them coming out, a stem. You could hang it if you can, hang it off the side if you wanted to. Fun, but someone will bump the table clearly and it'll go fine. You could just have it coming out. Still fun, great conversation piece. I also collect, as a surprise to no one, measuring spoons. So I've got a jar of those. What's cool about that is we have some copper showing some color. I could find a smaller bowl or use a smaller bowl and just put the measuring spoons in there. Or I can just use this nice tall jar. I could hang some of these over the side, make it more interesting. Showing off the copper, of course. I have kind of a cool crowny thing. You could put some down here just for fun. I mean, there's so many things you could do with just a simple collection of things. So my husband, Jimmy, is a croquet fanatic. So it'd be kind of fun if we were doing some sort of game night, maybe a rook, poker night, to do a croquet centerpiece. So let's try this one to start with and see if we have enough height. I think I can tell almost from the start that it's not the height I would normally want. That would be way too much height for him, which is why I would leave it there. You could do some sort of fun crossing thing. You could also put them down here and have them inadvertently poke someone as they're playing. Or we could use this kind of cool picture and see if that works. I would save the red one for the top, put the brown one in the bottom, build up the colors. Really fun. And if that's too many, I would just move it to the side. Fun! That is so fun. I'm gonna go with that, see what he thinks. So start with a base of some sort, a base of your choosing, build up from there, and create a centerpiece. Now go make someone feel special today. Oh my gosh! What is going on? I can't even blame this on Jimmy. Oh my gosh. I need to hire somebody with lights to come over and just shine them on my cobwebs. This is ridiculous. Is there some sort of elf that I could hire? Okay, are they gone? You should always be Batman.
Which Batman? That is the question.
Ooh, I'd go with Michael Keaton.
Really?
Maybe George.
Keanu would have made a good Batman.
He had the jaw. You gotta have the jaw. I like this idea, but it's not enough. Could I have this in my hand?
Sure.
No. Go make someone feel special today.
Come on over. Now go make someone feel special today.